Get unmatched stability and top spin power with the Babolat Pure Aero Rafa Origin.
What's up guys, my name is Alex. Just got off the court with the new Pure Aero Rafa Origin. Babolat made this racket to exactly match Rafa Nadal's specs of his racket so you can play just like him. Hitting with this racket deep in the baseline, I definitely favored my forehand. I felt that while I didn't have the most control in the world, if you did hit a nice solid shot with this racket, it felt really nice, gave you a ton of spin and hit hard. The backhand also felt pretty good, I think just because of the stability aspect of this racket. I was able to hit a steady, fast backhand, even if it wasn't in the center of the frame. I felt that serving with this racket, it was a little more tricky than what I was used to. I really had to try hard to whip the racket and bring it around on a kick serve. If you do plan on using this racket, I would definitely try more of a flat serve. Returning with this racket is not really that hard. Since it is such a heavy, high swing weight racket, really you can just stick the racket out, block the ball back, and you don't have to worry about swinging too hard. If you're a huge Rafa fan, if you're a collector, or if you want to see what it's like to truly play with a Rafa Nadal racket, take a look at the Pure Aero Rafa Origin.
Hey guys, here we have the Rafa Origin, coming in at a way higher swing weight than usual and a cool paint job to add to your game. Playing with the racket with such a high swing weight, I personally didn't have to provide too much of my own power. I had to let the racket do a lot more of the work, trust the racket if you will. So with that high swing weight that I just mentioned, timing on the forehand, when it was there, the ball had a lot of kick, it was pretty heavy, and I really liked that. On the backhand side, it actually felt a lot better than I expected from a 100 head size racket. Throughout most of my play with this racket, I noticed that it was a lot of me trying to put trust into the racket. It really did swing itself sometimes with that higher weight. If you're a big fan of Rafa and you want to try something new to your game, or maybe an older advanced player looking for a heavier frame, I would definitely give this a go. Or at least an opportunity to be like Rafa for that swing.
I was super pumped to learn that we'd be able to test the new Pure Aero Rafa Origin. It's the first Rafa racket that we've actually been able to test that is close to his specs that he uses on tour. So it features a higher swing weight and a higher overall weight than the standard Pure Aero does. The Rafa Origin has a 16x19 string pattern, a 100 square inch head, that familiar 23, 26, 23 beam that all of the Pure Aeros have had. This one features a very high swing weight and it's 11.2 ounce unstrung weight, which makes it heavier than the Pure Aero Rafa line. Sometimes when we test a new racket, we think we have an idea of what it's gonna play like and what the experience is gonna be. And a lot of the times it is that way, but with the Pure Aero Rafa Origin, for me it was a very different and a huge contrast to what I expected. Again, this racket features the Aero Modular beam, so I'm sure there are top spin lovers that are gonna be able to get an aerodynamic response and create lots of spin. Again, that being said, my game is a little bit more flat off the forehand and the backhand side, and I loved the extra mass that I got from this frame. I did not feel pushed around during the playtest at all. It's been about 20 years since I used a racket similar to this specification, and after a brief adjustment period, I was able to get pretty comfortable with the frame straight away. The Rafa Origin is a great option for any huge Rafa fan, even as a collector's item, something you want to hang on the wall. If you are an accomplished player and you want stability above all else in a frame, the Pure Aero Rafa Origin is going to be a really good choice. All in all, a really enjoyable hitting experience with the Rafa Origin. Though it has the Aero Modular beam that all the Pure Aeros do, I think the extra mass opens this frame up for players that hit a little bit flatter. Even some aging doubles specialists, if you have compact strokes, you're going to love the response from this frame. Thanks for checking out our racket review on the Babolat Pure Aero Rafa Origin.